Good morning, dear students. Have a good day. And today we are going to discuss about that noun clause what we have discussed in our last class. In our last class, I have discussed about that what a noun clause is. And today I am going to discuss about that noun clause and its function. The function that a noun clause plays in a complex sentence that we are going to discuss today. So the functions of a noun clause is again divided to 5 types. Before going to read the functions, as I told you in my last class that a noun clause actually can be of 2 types, or it can begin with the words like that, what, whatever, when, where, whether, who, whichever, whoever, whom, etc. So these are the words, these are used in case of the beginning of a noun clause. As you know, a noun clause is a subordinate clause and it always comes only in a complex sentence. And in other sentences like simple and compound sentences, these subordinate clauses, they don't come. So a subordinate clause, whatever it may be a noun clause, may be a relative or adjective clause, may also be an adverb clause. These clauses, they actually come in a complex sentence. So let us see what are the functions that a noun clause plays in a complex sentence. First, come to the first number that it plays. It is as object. A noun clause is used as an object of a complex sentence. Example is, the teacher told me what the headmaster had told him. This one is a complex sentence. Here the main clause is the teacher told me. Here the verb is told and the subject is the teacher. So it has become a clause and it is an independent clause. What the headmaster had told him. Here the subject is the headmaster and the verb is had told. So it is also another clause, but it is a subordinate clause because it is dependent upon this main clause, the teacher told me. So this noun clause, what role it plays? Let us see. The teacher told me what? The answer is what the headmaster had told him. Because we know the answer that we find by asking the question what to the verb is called an object. So in this sentence also we find the same thing. The teacher told what the headmaster had told him. So this what the headmaster had told him, this noun clause plays the role of an object in this complex sentence. Another example, it begins with the word what. Another example, my friend told me where he lives. My friend told me, it is the main clause. Where he lives is the subordinate clause. It begins with the word where. So this noun clause is also an object of the verb told. Another example we can also write here. If you see, the teacher told me that the student actually done something wrong in the class. The teacher told me that the student had done something wrong in the class. That the student had done something wrong in the class. It is a subordinate clause and it begins with the word that. Then come to the second example. That function is the subject. Noun clause plays the role of a subject also. Example is, where he lives is a mystery to us. And another one is, that he is an honest man is admitted by all. Where he lives is a mystery to us. Where he lives is a subordinate clause and it is a noun clause. Is a mystery to us is a main clause. Here we have omitted it. It can be used and it comes in the subject position, it. So it is replaced by where he lives. So he is the subject here and lives is the predicate. and verb in the predicate part. So fairy leaves become the noun clause, and it is a mystery to us is the main clause. And it comes in the subject position. We say it the function is subject here. Then that is an honest man. It is the subordinate clause and the noun clause. Is admitted by all. Again, it is admitted by all. It is replaced by that he is an honest man. So that he is an honest man is a subordinate clause, and this one is a main clause. And both these two sentences and noun clauses, they come in the subject position of the complex sentence. They play the function of subject in that sentence. The third one is complement. What? Complement after verbs like be type verb, become, feel, seem, appear, taste, smell. You have to remember all these verbs, because after these verbs, when a noun clause comes, undoubtedly it is a complement. You see, the example is, the problem is who will wear the cat. The problem is, it is the main clause. Who will wear the cat is the subordinate clause, and this one is the noun clause. The problem is it. It is not written here, and it is being replaced with who will wear the cat. It has a subject. The subject is the cat. Who will wear the cat? The subject is who. Will wear is the verb. So who will wear the cat? Who is the subject, and will wear is the verb. So this has already become a subordinate clause, and this subordinate clause is a noun clause, and it comes after a be type verb like is. A be type verb like is. And what is that? Who will wear the cat? This is the problem. So it is what we say complement. It completes the verb and it comes to the problem. The problem is who will wear the cat. So this noun clause plays the role of a complement here. Then come to another number 4, object of preposition. We have already read object as object simply. Then it is object of a preposition. Always pay attention to what the teacher says. And another example, everyone should concentrate on what the elderly person says. Always pay attention to. It is the subordinate clause here, and it is the noun clause. What the teacher says, always pay attention to is the main clause here. And what the teacher says is the subordinate clause, and it is a noun clause. Pay attention to what? The answer is what the teacher says. What the teacher says. And this clause is in object. It is an object to the preposition to. So always pay attention to what? The answer is what the teacher says. So what the teacher says is the object of this preposition to. Another example, everyone should concentrate on what the elderly person says. Everyone should concentrate on. Here the preposition is on. And the subordinate clause is what the elderly person says. It is the subordinate clause, noun clause. And everyone should concentrate on. It is the main clause. The preposition is on, and the subordinate clause that is used as a noun clause here comes after this preposition on. And if we ask the question again, everyone should concentrate on what? The answer is what the elderly person says. So this has become the object. So it is an object used after the preposition on. The last one is in a position to noun phrase. What do we mean by in a position to? In a position to is a word. In a position to a noun phrase or a pronoun. In a position to a word, we say it in a position to when that word is used or explains the another noun or a pronoun. That we say in a position to. You see, I have in a position 2 a noun phrase. What are the noun phrases like? Noun phrases are like fact, suggestion, hope, rumor, idea, etc. These are the different types of noun phrases. After those actually the noun clause comes, and what we say, the noun clause is in a position to all these noun phrases. For example, if we see, we can write another example of this in a position to noun phrase. What is the example? The example, let us see. I am writing that one here in a position to the fact that he found the money in the street is not believable. Another example, the suggestion that he was to be elected as president of the committee was turned down. So these are the two examples. Let us see. The fact is not believable. Here this one is the main clause. That he found the money in the street. This one is the subordinate clause and the noun clause. So which one is the fact? Noun clause. That he found the money in the street. It is used in place of a noun phrase. And this noun phrase is in a position to the noun. This noun clause is in a position to the noun phrase, the fact. So the fact is a noun phrase here. If this noun clause defines this noun phrase, and it is also used after that. This system of use, this way of use is known as is in a position to. So that he found the money in the street, it is a fact. So it is used, noun clause is used after this noun phrase, and to that noun phrase which actually it explains. जो नाउन फ्रेज को ये एक्सप्लेन करूची क्लोज टी से नाउन फ्रेज रो परे व्यवहार हेची. So this system or the process that we say is called is in a position to. The second example, the suggestion was turned down. This one is the main clause. Suggestion टी reject ही गला. That he was to be elected as president of the committee. This one is the subordinate clause and noun clause. What is the suggestion? The suggestion is that he was to be elected as president of the committee. That he was to be elected as the president of the committee. This was the suggestion. So this noun clause is used after this noun phrase. That noun phrase which actually it defines, it explains, means this noun clause explains this noun phrase, the suggestion. Which one the suggestion? That he was to be elected as president of the committee. So these are the 5 types of functions that a noun clause plays in a complex sentence, and as object of a preposition, as subject, as complement of verbs like be, become, feel, seem, appear, taste, smell, etc. And in a position to noun phrase, the last one, the noun phrases like fact, suggestion, hope, rumor, idea, etc. So this is all about the functions of a noun clause. Noun clause that actually plays the different function or role in a complex sentence. This is all about, and this is the end today for today's lesson, and later on we shall discuss about the other clauses like your relative or adjective clause and the adverb clause. Thank you. Goodbye.